Tonight on this show, what better way to use fashion than for a good cause such as charity? Plus, how creative can you get with your clients' hair? Welcome to the NTV Style Project. My name is Bettina. On this episode of the NTV Style Project, we discuss the artistry in hair. To do that with me is somebody who is not so new to our eyes. We have had her on the show before, and she is also part of the NTV team. Hi, Cara, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Bettina. It's such an honor to again be here on Style Project. It's always an honor because anything to do with beauty and art, that's me.
You have a TV show on NTV.
Yes, and I love God, and that's the reason why you see me every single Sunday morning on the GXP show on NTV. Yeah.
Now tonight we're discussing everything about beauty, hairstyles, and we're here at Fezabu Beauty Salon.
Yes.
You know, tell us about Fezabu. I mean, I was so blown away when I came here.
Well, Fezabu is actually our local language to mean gold and silver, Feza and Zabu. So I just put these two together because silver is powerful, gold is powerful. These are minerals that have built world economies, and I'd like to associate myself with anything and everything that is expensive, because like they always say in our beliefs that when you associate yourself with good things, you get good things.
Nice. Yeah. Tell me about hair artistry. Like, what inspires the whole concept of coming up with an artistic hair?
First of all, it depends. What are you doing? Is it photography? Is it a magazine kind of photography? What is the theme? You need to understand the theme, first of all. Or is it a fashion show? What is the theme of the fashion show? What is the designer going to showcase? Is it a wedding? What is the theme of this wedding? What type of gown is that person going to wear? Is it an outdoor wedding? Is it an indoor wedding?
So it has more to do with the occasion and the purpose.
Exactly.
What is your target audience when doing these kinds of hairstyles?
One of the things I've noticed, most of our fashion shows, we have glamorous looks. I can have a kind of somebody is putting on a piece of art on their body, like maybe a dress in form of glass or a dress in form of calabash, and they have a wedding hairstyle. That is wrong.
You know what you're saying actually does make sense. People always ignore hair.
Yes, they do.
They mind more about the ensemble, the makeup, the jewelry, and that's it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you go to a fashion show, someone is having, maybe their theme is, say, Django looks. Then, Django dress codes or whatever it is. And then you find that I'm putting on a zebra-inspired outfit, but then I have a wedding hair.
Slick ponytail, and that's it.
And then I have wedding makeup.
Wow.
And then I have club makeup. No, you have to understand what you're trying to put out there, especially in our industry. Because one thing that really, really breaks my heart, Bettina, is our beauty industry is not creative enough.
Let's talk about the color. How does color play part when it comes to hair artistry, and why did you go for that color?
Me?
Tell us.
Okay. First of all, just a few days ago, I turned a year older, and so
Happy belated.
Thank you. I wanted to have a different look because most of the times I have this very long hair.
Yes.
Natural long hair, no extensions, nothing. But this time around, I'm like, wait a minute, I need to change my looks. I need to look a little bit different. If I do short hair, how do I look? So that's like, I'm trying to put my looks to a risk. So because I'm light skinned and my hair is slightly dark, I thought if I don't mix it up with a bit of color, then I won't look balanced. I'll look extremely light skinned on my face, and then my hair is very dark, then I might end up looking pale. I think you've noticed most very, very light skinned people with dark hair in most cases come off a little bit pale.
Well, I've never noticed that. I'm hearing this from you.
Try it. You'll notice the difference.
So I love the looks that you created for Fezabu Beauty Salon. We want to go down and actually talk about each look, what inspired the looks, and what was the purpose of the looks, and where you would wear that look to. Let's start off with the fringe and the high band. That look, I loved it. Tell me about the colors that you picked out and why those specific colors, and where would that look go?
So I came up with this gray look. I'm like, okay, how would it look on an ordinary Ugandan girl? And I would imagine this look on a runway. I would imagine this look on a magazine photo shoot. And I would think, oh, it would actually come off very, very well. But again, I did it just to let people know out there that we can actually be very creative in hair.
Let's talk about look number 2 that actually caught my attention. I totally fell in love with it. It's because it was very colorful. It had the flowers in there. So Carol, mind telling us why you would wear this specific look, because it is so huge on the head, and then I also love the flowers in it. It's very colorful. Can anybody rock it?
Yeah, depends on the occasion. Like I said, it can be, we have our famous blankets and wine.
Oh,
it's
yes.
always like under the sun.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine you have a goat race and you're thinking, oh, what am I going to look? You know, you don't have to have those, what are they called, fascinators all the time. You can, you know, stand out very unique by having flowers, because we have all these plants here. We have all these flowers. We have the beauty. And, you know, flowers stand for beautiful.
How long did it take you to create that look, and what did you use to create the look?
I used different kinds of hair. I did kinky. I used kinky hair. I used synthetic hair, and then I did both artificial and natural flowers.
Nice.
Yeah. After you create the hair, the hair as it looks, then I pin the flowers on. As you can see, they have different kinds from down to up, and then the bigger one is the sunflower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which artist would you see rocking that hair?
I'd actually try that on Pierre Pounds and Shiba. Why Shiba? Something about her. She's a very creative girl.
So we have to talk about 3 hairstyles, but before we go on to our last hairstyle that she styled, I want to give you guys a bonus look. Now, this bonus look is the one of the gentleman with the little braids, and then he has
dreadlocks.
The dreads. Yeah. You know what? Explain for us that look. Like,
first of all, that gentleman is an upcoming artist.
Nice.
And under Voices and Beats management. He's amazing, he's very creative, and you know, he told me he loves how crested cranes look.
Nice.
And hence the reason for that look. And in fact, it's called Chisunso. That's his like stage name, Chisunso. He loves that look. So we said, okay, how about we add some bit of designs on both sides of the head, like, you know, let's make it more creative apart from those, from the crested crane look. Let's also add the other artistry kind of look. And he bought into the idea, and that's how we came up with the design.
Yeah.
And so his entire look is inspired by a crested crane.
Nice.
Yes.
You know, we have so much inspiration to pick from because we live in a country that is the pearl of Africa. There is just so much to think of. I never imagined a guy embodying how the national bat looks like, the crested crane. And for me, when I saw that look, I felt like we had to literally highlight it, because when it comes to our male celebrities, I don't see them play. They always have good hair, by the way. The hair is always neat, like the top celebrities. They always have very neat hair, but it's always the same thing. Well, Flower, let's talk about our last look that I really loved. Well, most people might argue that they do not see so much of the hair, but anything that goes onto your head as an accessory works hand in hand with your hair. I loved the bead look. What was the inspiration? Where did you pick the idea from?
Before we do our looks, I must say, Bettina, we create a mood board.
Nice.
And I hope that everyone can pick a leaf on that. When I created the mood board, I said, wait a minute, we can actually use beads as a form of beauty.
Yeah.
I spoke to one of my friends. I asked her, do you have beads? Because she's full of so many accessories, all kinds. And she's like, yeah, come, let's create looks and let's see what we can use to come up with that look. And actually that's how it came up, jokingly. It wasn't like we really planned. But it's after we achieved the look, we're like, wait a minute, it actually looks amazing.
Carol, did you study these things?
No.
You just gifted?
Yes.
So what can people out there who want to who have the passion, what can they do to achieve such kind of knowledge?
You need to benchmark on people who are doing that you want to do, and these people who are doing it so well. And you need to focus. You need to stick to the vision. Most cases people try, but when they don't get the results real quick, they give up on the talent, they give up on the vision. And there was this time I imagined a snake with so many beautiful heads, and I remember taking this art piece at home. My mom asked me to take it out.
I know.
She's born again, she's like, fire! Yeah, so basically, I didn't go to school for this, but I'm passionate about this. And because I'm passionate about this, I'm always reading about
You're always improving the knowledge.
And I'm always improving my knowledge by making research.
Yeah.
Because I'm always benchmarking on people who are doing it better than I am doing it, yeah.
Now, for those of you out there who may not know that Caro Flower does a lot of fashion for a cause, she participates in a lot of different activities like charity, and this really helps in our society. And for me, I believe the more you give, the more you get. Caro, you have worked with some foundations. Mind telling us a little bit about that and what you have planned for this year?
To me, anybody with albinism is very dear to my heart, knowing the stigma they go through. Hence the reason I dedicate each year to them, and I'm very glad to also say recently I registered my own foundation called Redefining Generations, and where we'll be specifically raising tuition for persons living with albinism. And yeah, this year, before end of year, I'm partnering with Y Plus Unipa. We'll be doing the beauty and the hair creativity for that beauty pageantry that will be taking place in November. And their theme is opening opportunities.
Nice.
So I'm very glad that, and very happy and honored that I'll be part of this great cause.
It's amazing what you're doing, Caro. So we are really, really happy to have sat down with you, and we cannot wait to see the looks you will create for that upcoming pageant. In a nutshell, what advice do you have for hairstylists out there who want to break the boundaries and be artistic with their looks?
First of all, this industry you're in is not for failures. Why am I saying that, Bettina? Is many times people think hairdressers are failures. You're not a failure. You're simply an artist person. You need to professionalize that you do. So each time you have an event, always create a mood board. Discuss with the client, incorporate each other's ideas to come up with a perfect look. And the other last thing is always do things that will make you stand out. Always do things that will make you feel and look unique. You need to be your own brand ambassador. So whatever you do determines your brand, how it's going to be perceived. Is it going to be celebrated or is it going to be trashed? That is to all hairstylists.
Caro Flower, thank you so much for having us always.
Yeah.
I love being here, and definitely we'll be back again to discuss more beauty and everything to do with hairstyles and makeup right here at Fezaboo Beauty Salon.